go. We're having some kind of fun now. That might have been a bump. This could be a bump too. We're heading east on Marine Drive today. He's down on the ground. He made it. Getting into that time of day when people are going home from work and they don't really particularly care much at all about things like speed limits anymore. They just want to go home, you know. Look at those houseboats. Don't that look quaint? They're each one different, but they're all jammed right in there together like that. Make for an interesting neighborhood, wouldn't you think? Quite a bit of traffic out here on Marine Drive this time of day. What is it? 3:39 p.m. Here comes a UPS truck risking my life. Some other jackrabbit right behind him. Really, impatience makes the world an uglier place in pretty dramatic fashion, don't you think? I do. Especially if you're just blatantly letting people know on purpose, intentionally, you know, that you are impatient with them. Now the speed limit's 55, so we can go a little faster. Hopefully their blood pressures will taper off a little bit now and they won't feel quite so bad. But no, they're still tailgating, but they're tailgating from a little further back now, so it's an improvement. There's Blue Lake Park down that road. I can tell because it's called Blue Lake Road. I remember running on that path once. We came out here and had a Blue Lake 5K or something. ORRC lets people, anybody who's willing to pay a few bucks for a ticket price or whatever it is, you have to pay for it, but you get a shirt and whatnot, some souvenirs. Running. That was fun. We are up atop of the Markham Bridge here. Well, actually, we're on the bottom of it. There's a whole nother road up above us going the other direction. But it's kind of interesting to look out over the marina down there and see all them pretty little boats. Cloudy, rainy day today, so I don't expect to win any awards for my scenic photography or anything, but it was actually raining a couple of times today, this afternoon. But right here in August. But it's interesting to be up here anyway. I'm in a bit of a traffic jam and everything else, so I just ran out of things to do, so I thought I'd turn my camera on for a little bit. Here we are, just a buzzing down the freeway, a blistering 19 miles an hour. It's a little hard to breathe at this pace sometimes, but I'm holding on to dear life here, hoping to make it through. I can see that when we get down to I-5 here, we're going to even be blistering more. There's 3 lanes of traffic just waiting for us to blister right in and merge with them. It's all pretty exciting. Yeah, going home from work every day is a bit of a caution, I tell you. I recommend being cautious. I truly do. It's not like the first one home from work gets a prize or anything like that. I don't know what the competition is all about. It's just, I think we're all just scared to be out here, so we want to hurry up and get off of the freeway if we can. Remember that guy on the motorcycle on Marine Drive? He got over past the double yellow line and went around me, even though it wasn't appropriate to do that. He did that as if it was a good thing to do, you know? As if it was a good thing to do, you know? Well, anyways, he went on around me, but before he did, he called my boss. My phone number's on the back of the van. So he called up and told him there was some guy out here taking pictures and running the motorcycle drivers off the road. That's the way he rewarded me for being somebody he was going to pass. I was going too slow to suit him. I was only doing the posted legal speed limit of 45, and he wanted to go much faster than that. He was intent on finding a way, and he did for, well, at least until he got up and had to start shouldering, I say, tailgating, whatever, the next person on the freeway in front of me. I mean, it wasn't a freeway, it was Marine Drive, but anyways, it's a sad situation when a guy on a motorcycle with a cell phone in his helmet, apparently, he just had a Bluetooth on under there, I suppose. Because there's nobody else that would have known that I would have been in a position to suggest that I might be harassing motorcycle drivers when they called my boss, except for him. He was the only one that would have any motivation to say that. I don't believe obeying the speed limit and being in the way of somebody who wants to go faster than the speed limit is harassment, but I guess he did. That's my best guess anyway. I don't know for sure that he's the one that made the call, but he just seems like the most obvious candidate to me right now. But man, I sure do enjoy living a life of peace more than having to deal with stuff like that. I texted my boss back when he texted me and said, hey, some guy just called in about your driving, be careful out there. So anyways, he understood, and I appreciate that. Well, here it is, 83 degrees, and just about to rain. Look at this. It's kind of weird out today. But it's a nice enough day. I mean, it's a little humid feeling, I think is the word, humid. Feels a little muggy. Sorry I don't have anything more interesting to talk about today, but that's just all that happened in my life today. But that isn't either. God took care of me through thick and thin. I didn't deserve it, but He does take care of me. I'm trying to work myself into a little bit better physical condition here. Start doing some more consistent walking, I think. Hold myself to it. I'll even tell you here on YouTube, that's my intent. So now if I back off, I'll have to wimp out publicly. It's kind of funny, I got bored of walking even though I was really in crummy physical shape. I had to try trotting a little bit a couple of times just to see what would happen. I kind of enjoyed going into a jog too. That was kind of fun. I didn't push very hard because I didn't want to break anything on this old body, you know what I mean? Well, you will when you're 64. Will you still need me? Will you still feed me? Will you still take me for walks when I'm 64? Do-do-do.